The dark presses in. A voice drops to a whisper. You lean closer, listening hard. A shiver traces a cold path. Down your spine it creeps. These are the urban legends. Stories told when lights are low, when shadows dance and trick the eye. They are waiting for you. These tales are not just stories. They feel too real for that. They happen to a friend, or a friend of a friend. That makes them much scarier. It means they could happen to you. Perhaps they already have. You just don't remember yet. The fear is a familiar thing. They travel like a winter chill. From person to person they fly. Across towns, across countries, changing a little with each telling. A new detail here, a different ending there. But the core of the fear stays. It often grows stronger, darker. Fed by each new listener's dread, it waits to be told again. Tonight we journey into that darkness. We will explore some of these tales. The ones that make you check. Under your bed, behind the door, the ones that make you fear. What waits in the deep night? What watches from the shadows? Are you truly ready to listen? Turn the page if you dare. The bathroom is cold and still. Only one candle burns, its flame unsteady. You stand before the polished glass. The mirror reflects your pale face. Your heart thumps a frantic rhythm, a drumbeat against your ribs. You are about to say her name. The name you were warned not to say. But you must know, mustn't you? Bloody Mary. You whisper it once, a breath in the silence. Nothing happens. Or does it? The flame of the candle dips low. Bloody Mary. You say it again, a little louder now. The silence in the room is heavy. It presses against your ears. You can hear your own quick breath. Bloody Mary. The third time. The final call. The air in the room grows colder. A chill that seeps into your bones. Your reflection seems to waver. Is there someone else in the mirror? A shape forming behind yours. A face, pale and twisted. Her eyes are opening. Her eyes are dark pools of night. Her face is a mask of sorrow or rage. Sometimes she is covered in blood, her own or someone else's. Sometimes she only screams, a silent sound, trapped behind the cold glass. Sometimes she reaches out for you, her ghostly fingers stretching. Will you see her tonight? Look closely. But who is this Bloody Mary? Where did her chilling story start? Some say she was a woman accused, a witch, they called her long ago, burned at the stake or hanged from a tree. Her angry spirit was then trapped forever within looking glasses, waiting for someone to call her forth, to share her unending pain. Others whisper a different name. They say she was a Queen of England, Queen Mary I, a monarch of old, known for her harsh and cruel reign. Bloody Mary was her grim nickname. Did her troubled, vengeful spirit linger? Does it seek to answer a summons? To gaze back from the dark mirror, her royal fury undiminished by time. Sometimes the legend shifts again. She is a mother, distraught and weeping, grieving for her lost, stolen child. Or perhaps she was a beautiful woman, betrayed and murdered by a cruel lover. Her story changes with the teller, but her deep anger, her sorrow remains. A constant, chilling presence, ready to be awakened. Variations of her tale exist everywhere, across many lands and many tongues. In some versions you must chant her name, 13 times, a number of ill omen. In others, you must spin around, or stare intently into the darkness. But the warning is always the same. Do not look too long into the glass. You might not like who looks back. It is a dark and moonless night. A young couple are parked in a motor car on a quiet, lonely stretch of road, far from the bright lights of town. They call this place Lover's Lane. They are listening to the wireless. Soft music plays, a romantic tune. The windows are a little steamed up. They feel safe, alone together. Suddenly the music cuts off. A serious voice breaks the silence. A news bulletin, urgent and stark. An inmate has escaped, the announcer says. from the nearby county asylum. He is described as extremely dangerous, and he has a terrifying distinction. One of his hands is missing, replaced by a sharp metal hook. The girl is instantly frightened. Her heart begins to pound with fear. "We should leave," she whispers to the boy. "Let's go home right now." "Don't be silly," the boy replies. He tries to sound brave, uncaring. He reaches over and locks the car doors. He wants to stay. He is not afraid. Or so he tells himself. But then she hears it. A faint noise. A soft, rhythmic scratching sound. Coming from outside the car, on the passenger side door. "It's just the wind," the boy says, annoyed. "Or maybe a tree branch." But she is sure. She knows. Someone or something is out there, watching them in the darkness. The hook a chilling discovery. The girl will not be calmed. "Please, let's go," she begs him. Her voice is tight with rising panic. He can see the real terror in her eyes. He finally, reluctantly agrees. He is annoyed that their evening is ruined. He starts the car's engine with a roar. He pulls away from the lonely spot, driving much faster than he should. They reach her house in silence. The fear still hangs heavy in the air. He walks her to her front door. He tries to kiss her goodnight to pretend everything is normal, but she is still too shaken. She turns away, hurries inside. He watches her go, feeling frustrated. He sighs and walks back to his car. He gets back into his motor car. He is still feeling a little angry. He slams his door shut. He is about to drive away. Then he glances at the passenger door, the door where she heard the noise, and he sees it. He freezes. Hanging from the door handle, a gleaming, bloody metal hook. It was not the wind. It was not a harmless tree branch. The escaped lunatic had been there, right next to them in the shadows. His hook scraping against their door, waiting perhaps for his moment. What if they had stayed longer? What if she hadn't insisted they leave? The thought sends a cold dread through him. The vanishing hitchhiker, a ghostly passenger. A man is driving his car very late. The road ahead is dark and empty. Rain begins to fall, then pours down. Wipers struggle to clear the windscreen. Visibility is dangerously poor. Through the sheets of rain, he sees a figure, standing forlornly by the roadside, a silhouette against the stormy night. He slows his car, peering closer. It is a young woman. She is dressed all in white. Her clothes look thin, soaked by the rain. She looks cold and utterly lost. He feels a pang of sympathy. He pulls his car over to the curb. He leans across and opens the passenger door. He offers her a ride out of the storm. She accepts quietly, her voice barely a whisper. She gives him an address. It is not far from where they are. She is very quiet during the short journey. She stares ahead, lost in thought. She shivers sometimes despite the car's heater. He feels sorry for her plight. He offers her his warm overcoat. She takes it and pulls it around her, but still, she seems so cold. They arrive at the given address, a neat, ordinary-looking house. He turns to speak to his passenger, to tell her they have arrived safely. But she is gone, simply vanished. The passenger seat is empty. The passenger door is still closed. His warm overcoat is on the seat, folded neatly as if she was never there. a lost soul caught between worlds. Shadows of reality, encounters with the unexplained. These are just stories, you might say. Frightening tales made up to scare children, to make them behave, to warn them. But some people claim they are real. They insist these things have happened. They have seen things they cannot explain. They have felt presences, cold and unseen. Are they all mistaken, deluded? Or is there something more? People have reported seeing faces, pale and fleeting in mirrors, after foolishly chanting Bloody Mary's name. They have heard whispers in empty rooms, their names called by no living voice. Cold spots that appear suddenly, then vanish. A feeling of being watched by unseen eyes. Are their own minds playing tricks? Or is it something else entirely? Old newspapers, yellowed with age, sometimes tell similar unsettling tales. Of mysterious attacks on lonely roads, of unexplained disappearances of young people. Could these be the tiny seeds of legends? Fragments of truth, twisted by time and fear, growing into the monstrous stories we know. Fact blurring into frightening fiction, the line between them so very thin. The Hookman legend became so well known, it spread like wildfire across the land. Police in some towns received calls from worried citizens reporting strange men lurking near lovers' lanes or in parks. Fear can be a very powerful thing. It makes us see shadows where none exist. It makes us jump at every sudden noise. It makes the ordinary seem menacing. Why we listen in the dark, the enduring power of fear. Why do these stories continue to grip us? Decade after decade, they are retold. Around campfires, at sleepovers, in whispers. They tap into our most primal fears. The fear of the dark, deep and ancient. The fear of the unknown, what lurks beyond. Fear of what hides just out of sight, in the shadows of our own homes, or in the corners of our minds. They serve as a kind of warning, a cautionary tale passed down. Don't go to lonely, isolated places. Don't talk to strangers on dark roads. Don't meddle with things you don't understand. Don't summon spirits from the other side. A way to teach caution, to instill prudence, through the thrill of a controlled fear. A shiver that makes you think twice. These legends remind us of something. That the world can be a scary place. Not everything can be neatly explained. Not every shadow is harmless. There are dark corners and hidden depths. And sometimes the shadows seem to reach back. They whisper our names in the quiet. They brush against us in the dark. They remind us we are not always safe. So the next time you are alone, and you hear a strange, unexpected noise, or see an odd reflection in a darkened window, remember these chilling tales you have heard. They are more than just simple stories. They are echoes of a persistent fear. Echoes that linger in the deep darkness, waiting to be heard, to be felt, forever and ever. Be careful.